All right, guys, we are on Tesla earnings stream. We're back. We're ready to cover Tesla earnings today, guys. Let's be ready here. Here's Tesla right now. It's at 390s. It's had some, pessimistic, bearish action today. Market's not really loving life right now over the last 3 days because of the DeepSeek stuff. Let me know if it worked. Let me know if the teleportation worked. Hey, thanks so much. Hey, thank you for all the support, man. We got some people that are just like kind of just butthurt in the chat, just whining and crying and complaining. I don't want to party with them. I want to party with you guys here. Hey, cheers to you guys. We're here. We got Tesla earnings coming out. Tesla sitting right now at 390s. They are expecting. Let me see. Tesla is expecting. What are they expecting? I saw it earlier. I wonder what's Tesla's PE ratio right now. Really important earnings report, to be honest here. We got a bunch of stuff happening. I'll get some music playing. Although I got to turn it down a little bit because for the Powell stream, bro, I turned the volume up a lot. First thing I heard was people yelling, change the volume. And so I fixed it. I don't know if I brought it down to like 0. Let me know if the music's too loud right here. Okay, I'm going to leave it at like 4 dB. 3.5. Is this too loud? Here, I'll turn it down a little bit. That should be about good right there. Let me know if that's good. Yeah, so we got the redirect. Hey, redirect did work. What's up, chat? Is Meta later than Tesla? They all drop at 4:05 Eastern Standard Time. Roughly 4:05 Eastern Standard Time is when most of them release. Can y'all hear my music? Is it too loud? Perfect. Okay. All right. Aliens brought me here. Hey, what's up, Turbo? Yeah, let's do a bearish bullish quote or poll here. Are you bullish or bearish on Tesla earnings? Bull. Oh wait, I got a bull somewhere here. Hold on. Here's the bear. Here's the bull. All right, are you bullish or bearish on Tesla earnings? Vote on the poll. Let me know how you feel. There's the vote. Is the music too loud right now? Maybe volume up a bit for music? Really? What's up, Chip? Cheddar Bob. Hey. The stream is bumping. Yeah, dude. Every time Papa Powell talks, dude, people are just so upset, man. They're so upset, man. It's like, dude, it's not a shock. Like, listen. Everybody and their grandmother should have known we were about to pause rates. If your financial guy told you that we were going to cut rates, he has genuinely no freaking idea what he's talking about, guys. All right? Like, again, I've told you guys for weeks we were going to pause. It's not a shock. Anybody that understands economic policy understands that we were going to pause rates today. And Powell took a pretty neutral approach, data-dependent neutral approach. He said he's basically the same as he was last time. If we look at the SPY or the rest of the markets, they haven't really changed much either here. And a lot of the stuff releases, to be honest. We're releasing in 25 minutes. Let me get a timer up here. Hold on. Yeah, we got like 28 and a half minutes, 29 minutes. Yeah. All right, so here's the timer. Let's see what Tesla does. Honestly, dude, I genuinely have been staring at screens all freaking day. My day so far, I got up at 5 a.m. Central Time. I did my morning stream. We went on Top Step TV for 11:15 Central Time. Starting at 12, we started our FOMC stream. We just ended that. We immediately pivoted to Tesla earnings stream today. Man. Eyes are starting to hurt, to be completely real. All right, good. We're good? Yeah. Yeah, so Tesla, guys, just to put this into perspective, they are expecting today. Bro, what's up with Chrome, dude? Am I the only one that, like... I'm not sure why it's taking so long here. They had to hit me with an ad. Tesla is expecting 75 cents a share. We'll put that up on the bottom screen here. They're expecting 75 cents a share. EPS on revenue of 27.61 billion. Let's take a look at their EPS graphs. Live at 4 p.m. All right. The old switcheroo. Yeah, we're here. Yeah, I need to go like brightness mode. Hold on, how do I do this? What's the settings called where it's like it lowers the contrast of the brightness? Let me lower the brightness a little bit. Bro, I just did this. It doesn't even change it at all, dude. Okay. Chat, help me out. Encyclopedia chat. Do you think Tesla beats expectations? I hope so. Nightlight? Is that it? What does that mean? Okay, there it is. It's called Nightlight is what it's called. I just did it. There we go. Tesla popping up over the volume weighted average price, testing the 200 exponential. Yeah, I got one of those fancy monitors. A gamma radiation makes you strong like Hulk. I'm trying over here, bro. I'm trying. Looking at our poll, we're honestly pretty 50-50 split. We're 54-45, 53-47. Oh, man. Yeah, dude. And then I got to go to my freaking blue belt exam after this, man. I'm just exhausted. I was left in the other room free my grandma. That was intentional. You know, I decided to leave you there and just say, you know what? Free my grandma. He's staying. I hope so too. Tesla is my biggest holding, but I feel this earnings is not good. Unless good guidance. Yeah, guidance, EPS, revenue. Again, we'll see what we show. We also have Meta and Microsoft at the closing bell too, so it's kind of a hyper busy day, in all honesty. Like a kind of a crazy busy day. Honestly, what a stream though, man. We had like 5,000 or 6,000 people for FOMC. Kind of crazy. Shows you guys that y'all know where to go. I can't think of a rhyme there, but you know, y'all know. Y'all know. All right, we're pulling back to the volume weighted average price. We're at 390.50 right now, 390.50. Yeah, I mean, guidance is going to be the more influencing thing. If we take a look at Tesla EPS graph here, which is margins, remember EPS is margins. This is Tesla's margins leading into today's report. You know, they were struggling to find profitability, started to in 2020 and haven't really stopped yet. Their last one was 62 EPS. They're expecting 75 cents today, which isn't their best quarter, of course. Their best one was way back there like a year ago. But they're expecting 75 cents a share. You know, what I'm going to notice, though, like something that you might want to notice here is the trailing 12-month PE ratio is going to go down after this, because this will make it another one. And they're expecting this to be up. But, like, their PE ratio has been getting propped up by this EPS reading. And so once that EPS drops off the trailing 12-month, which is 4, their PE ratio might increase unless they just knock it out the park today. But yeah, that just put it in perspective. That's kind of what they're looking at. Also, when we look at their revenue, EPS's margins, revenue is kind of like the ceiling behind those margins. We can take a look at their revenue has stagnated a little bit here if we look at it. So here's their revenue. Again, today's revenue is expected to be higher. So if they hit their revenue expectation today, which is again 27.61, this will be their highest quarterly revenue ever. It'll be like right there. So it'll look something like this if they hit it today. It'll be their highest quarterly revenue ever. Again, I'm not saying they will. I don't know. We're just covering the news because Tesla, Meta, Microsoft are big companies. But if they hit it, that's going to be their highest quarterly revenue ever. And so, yeah, let me know what you guys think. We got 20 minutes left. Tesla kind of choppy and flat leading into this report, but that's okay. 20 minutes before the closing bell here, Chad. 20 minutes. Sometimes it seems like with the slightest miss, even with the great numbers overall, causes a huge sell-off. Yeah, I'm going to turn my lights off, guys. Honestly. I know it might affect the green screen, but, like, y'all will be all right. Does this, like, completely make the green screen useless, or just the screen? Okay. Now my face is even, like, shinier. Am I this red? Or is this just the settings that I have on my monitor? Hold on, let me turn this off real quick. Hold on. Okay, man, I'm bright over here. Let me figure out if I can fix this. Filters, chroma key. Gotta make myself less bright. No, that didn't work. You know, 50 sitcom John. No, that didn't work either, did it? Alright, look, we'll just leave it like this. It's okay. I can either be like super red John, or I can be like pale John here. I think I'll pick like right here. It's probably good. Alright, there we go. Sorry, guys. Do you know judo, John? I mean, not... so, I'm mostly a jiu-jitsu person. But like with that, you know, in jiu-jitsu you do train some judo stuff. I know some throws. I know some like leg sweeps and some hip throws, and you know, but I wouldn't really say I know judo per se. I know some judo. All right, let me turn this on. There we go. All right, guys. You guys ready? We got 18 minutes. 18 minutes. To be honest, guys, I'm genuinely looking forward to when these earnings call starts. Because I'm tired, bro. I've been streaming this stuff all day. We'll see. Alright, guys. Will Tesla beat or miss their earnings, man? I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go up, down, or sideways either, Chad. This is something I always try to tell people. Like, just because they're beat or miss their earnings does not mean they're going to go up, down, or sideways. Like, they can have good EPS, good revenue, good guidance, and still drop 5-10%. It doesn't freaking matter half the time. It all has to do with guidance, or it just has to do with whichever direction big money decides to swing it. What are your thoughts on the Bank of Japan raising rates? Well, they raised it to the highest level in, what, like 18 years or something like that. But it was already expected. Everybody kind of knew they were going to happen, and so it was already baked into the market. We don't have like a big brash reaction like we did with the initial yen carry crash that we got like mid to late last year. The Bank of Japan rate decision was already expected, and so it didn't have the big like brutal reaction that we saw originally. I don't know if it's necessarily good, but you know, you just got to look at the market, see if we get some big sell-offs. What the yen carry trade is, guys, is investors like to use the Japanese yen as a cheap interest currency that they use to buy up like U.S. assets with, right? Because they got low interest, so they can get cheap loans basically on the Japanese yen, and that's with the that's as long as the rates are dovish and low, so they can keep getting their cheap interest. But if the Bank of Japan decides to go hawkish and raise interest rates, people have less cheap access to the Japanese yen leverage, and they in turn start unloading some of their yen-backed U.S. positions, which can cause sell-offs in markets. But like, if we were going to get some yen unloading, we would have already seen it, I think. But I mean, it could happen. I don't know. But I think we would have already seen the bearish action if we were going to get it. I think the news from Deep Sea kind of overpowered it, if that makes sense. Is performance misspelled? Where? Oh, I'm missing an R. Thank you, sir. I haven't even seen that. Hey, thank you, bro. Hold on, let me see. Where's that at? I'm missing an R here. Or no. Okay. There we go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Shout out to Mikey. His tie was light purple. I told you guys, you're welcome. You know, the more you know. Very flat Tesla though. We got 15 minutes, chat. 15 minutes. Oh man. Yeah, so power held rates the same. Yeah, sorry if I'm a little dull. 5 minutes after the close. Yeah, technically they're supposed to release 5 minutes after the close. Yeah. Am I that red? Free my grandma. I was asking, am I red right now, brother? Am I really? I can't see. I got the night light on because my eyes hurt now because I've been staring at the screen since 5 a.m. this morning. Am I this red? Like, it looks red on my end, but I can't tell if that's because, like, the nightlight setting gives me, like, an orangish tint. So I can't tell if I'm actually this red on screen or if it's just the nightlight setting that I only see. Okay, so yeah, apparently I am this red on screen. Darn it, man. Come on now. All right, I'm sorry, guys. Wait, I don't know. There we go. I'll be pale, John. All right. Hey, I didn't realize it was. I didn't know it came on screen that way. My bad, guys. Look, for whatever reason, like my face just right here is red. You know, like I can't make that go away. Should I just turn into, 50 sitcom John? There we go. Pleasantville, John. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Look, we're just going to keep it like this. Well, leave it to Beaver John, yeah. Yeah, for sure. There's some implications for the yen carry stuff that's going on. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I gotta protect my eyes. Bring back the floating head. I gotta go find the green shirt if I do. Honestly, if I went and got the green shirt now and did the floating head, I would kind of look like the wizard in the original Wizard of Oz because I'd be black and white. You know, kind of makes me want to do it, but it'd take me too long to find the shirt. All right, guys. Hey. Tesla still very sideways. Not enough to make me want to take any trades here. We're going up and down, up, down, up, down. Honestly, these are the type of predictable ranges that I target. We were talking about it on Top Step TV. Like, I love attacking these type of predictable ranges here. It just makes sense to target them, you know. Yeah, Bitcoin. Well, crypto's up because of what Powell said regarding Bitcoin at the end of the stream yesterday. Or today. Bitcoin ran. He said something Bitcoin friendly. I'm not sure exactly what it was. But he said something Bitcoin friendly. I don't know what it was. I don't have predictions. I have no idea what Tesla's going to do from their earnings. I don't know if they're going to beat earnings, miss earnings. I don't know if they're going to react positively or negatively to this. Nobody really knows. You got a 50-50 shot, and people try to act like geniuses if they get it right, but this is something that has such a high degree of variance that nobody knows if the market's going to go up or down from this event. Especially not me, you know. Yeah, banks are friendly with Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm all for innovation. Yeah, he said a bunch of Bitcoin friendly things at the end of it. Again, this is one of the biggest earnings releases here, chat. We got 10 minutes left. Be ready. Massive earnings release. All right, chats. You guys ready? All right, guys, we got 9 minutes. Again, Tesla expecting their best revenue quarter ever. Their earnings are expected to... their EPS is not really the best. They had their best one about a year ago. All right, guys, as we approach about 8 minutes left. As we approach... Again, 8 minutes left. This is the most anticipated report of the year so far, which we're in January, so, you know. All eyes are on Tesla as the EV giant is set to release its Q4 2024 earnings report today after market closes. It could be one of Tesla's most pivotal earnings releases in years as investors, analysts, and fans are eagerly awaiting insight into the company's growth, innovation, and strategies for this new year in 2025. Analysts are forecasting about 27 plus billion in revenue, an 8% increase year over year. Expected EPS is about 75 cents a share, up 6% from last year. Can they exceed expectations and prove Wall Street wrong? Vehicle deliveries numbers broke records with an estimated 485,000 plus vehicles delivered in the final quarter of the year, although they did come in lower than expected. Investors are waiting for future demand trends in US, Europe, China, and beyond as the EV market faces increasing competition. The next gen EV and affordable model plans are something that you want to pay attention to, in my opinion, from this. Elon, can he finally confirm details on their highly anticipated low cost EV? We'll see. Every earnings release, they expect him to do this. I wouldn't hold my breath, but maybe he actually does it. It's rumored that $25,000 Tesla could redefine the industry and crush competitors. We'll see. We want to see updates on Cybertruck and production and expansion, whether the margins have finally caught up to the high cost of building them. Autonomy and FSD, full FSD, is something that is going to be a big future, money bringer for Tesla. Like the FSD they're kind of their name. FSD is kind of what they've built their business on. I'm sorry. And so we want to pay attention to FSD. That's the future. And I think regardless of what happens with any individual car from Tesla, if they can accomplish FSD, full FSD successfully and stay in the front of that versus all these other companies, they are going to do incredibly well in the future. So full FSD is what you want to listen for. It's now expanding globally. Investors are going to be looking for subscription and adoption rates on FSD. Is he going to provide major updates on the Tesla AI initiatives that he's talked about as well? We've got Tesla energy business, solar and battery growth could be a huge factor. Stock movement, let's pay attention to it. This is a huge earnings report, to be honest. And we got 5 minutes left until the earnings actually come out. Really about 10, but that's okay. SSDs. All right, chat. Hope you guys are ready. Puts. Don't think FSD will move the needle this quarter. Maybe. We'll see. What do you guys think? 57% are bullish so far on Tesla. 43% are bearish so far on Tesla. All right, guys. And then tomorrow, guys, we got GDP data coming out. So GDP is huge, really important, massively important. I think some people want FSD. It depends, man. I think it's going to snowball too. Like, I think you got to think about it in the context of like, hey, some people are going to see it happening and get in early. Once some people have like full FSD, like it kind of is now where some people have it, other people are going to see it and they're going to want to use it too. And that's going to snowball affect it and cause it to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I think when you look into the future, one of the things that's the most self-evident to me is that 20 years from now, cars are going to drive themselves, regardless of what anybody wants or needs, because that's the most efficient technology, is driving themselves. It'll do a lot for drunk driving. It'll do a lot for a lot of different things. Ride sharing is going to be built upon it in the future, in my opinion. And I think once you recognize that, if Tesla can stay on the front of it, like, they're going to be huge. But the question is, how long does that take? And I'm not sure how long it takes, to be honest. I think cars are one of the more vulnerable parts of Tesla in terms of everything. Like, I think their cars are, again, one of the more vulnerable parts of them, because cars can be hits and not hits. But yeah, we'll see. Robotaxi, another huge, part of it for sure. Yeah, and again, guys, not only do we have Tesla, dude, honestly, my eyes hurt. We've got Meta ripping up over and over again, leading into this push, almost to $700 a share. I think both Meta and why are you jumping like this? Meta and Netflix are gonna split sometime this year, most likely. I think they're gonna split sometime this year. We don't know when, but I think they're gonna split at least sometime this year. Maybe my hat will help the brightness of the screen. Should I wear sunglasses? Well, it's not dry eyes. It's like my eyes hurt from staring at a screen all day. Yeah, I mean, I think Elon needs to stay away from controversy as a head of a company. I'm not saying I agree with anything he says or, you know, whatever. It's too political for me. I usually kind of stay out of all that stuff. Like, I'm not one to, like, argue about politics all day. I'm just not on either side. I got other more important stuff to do. And I think once you get to the tippy top, it's all kind of the same thing anyway. Yeah, we have nightlight on. I can turn it into super nightlight mode, but it takes away my green screen. There we go. If that's good, I'll leave it like this. Hopefully this helps. All right, so we're rejecting 550 on NASDAQ here. We got less than a minute, guys. We got 30 seconds here, chat. 30 seconds. It's time. Really, they're technically releasing 5 minutes after the bell. So 5 minutes after the closing bell is when it drops. Technically. But we'll see. They could release any time here. So we're watching all these. We got Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, all right here. All right, so here's the closing bell. All right, guys, there's the close. This timer's a little bit off. It's actually in 5 minutes. You'll know the earnings are out by big volatile price action when it happens. So, like, big volatile price action will indicate when earnings are actually out. Nothing yet. Still waiting for the earnings to release. We could watch for like maybe IBM too. I think IBM releases as well, so we'll keep an eye on that one as well. Nothing yet. Chat, just be ready. We got less than 5 minutes before this drops. You'll see them when they're out by big price action movements. All right, look, Microsoft. Microsoft looks like they're out. Let's see. Hold on. Bear with me. Yeah, Microsoft's got to be out. All right, so Microsoft, guys, posted 323 EPS, revenue of 69.6 billion. Second quarter revenue 69.6 billion, 68.92 billion expected for revenue. EPS of 323 for Microsoft. We'll put this data up on screen. Here's the release right here. They are down significantly on this report too. Look at them. It's not too much, but there's Microsoft. They beat EPS, missed revenue. And so Microsoft down. First earnings report out, Microsoft down big. Again, first earnings report out, Microsoft's down big. Well, yeah, you want to watch NVIDIA, but NVIDIA is different than earnings. Like, the volatility that we're getting right now is from earnings being released. And again, Microsoft ain't reacting positively so far. Breaking lows again, or testing lows again for Microsoft. Meta and Tesla both have not released yet. NASDAQ's dumping down on this report, though. Wow. Yeah, it's a rough candle right there, guys. All right, and again, we still got 2 minutes left until Tesla's scheduled to release. Gotta wait on the rest. Yeah, Microsoft just broke lows again, down to 417s. All right, so again, we're still waiting on the rest. Again, Microsoft's down pretty big. They posted a couple things here, but still waiting on the rest. So yeah, Microsoft's down big. Western Digital is also out. We'll put those numbers on screen. Microsoft missed revenue. That's why it's down. It missed revenue. All right, look at Tesla, guys. Tesla down to 380s here. 380s. It looks like Tesla might be out. Let's see. We're waiting for Tesla here. Tesla down to 376s. Still waiting for it. Yeah, I don't see anything here yet. Still waiting. It's a big candle, but... And I don't see any actual earnings being released yet, to be honest. Alright, so Tesla quarter 4 EPS was 66 cents. They adjusted EPS was 73 cents. It missed the 75-cent estimate. Revenue was 2.57 below the 2.75 expected. So it missed EPS and revenue. We'll put the numbers on screen, but Tesla missed EPS, missed revenue. Microsoft beat EPS, missed revenue. I'll put this number up on screen as well as the chat. But yeah, big miss for Tesla. Tesla numbers are on the screen now in yellow. Tesla numbers are on screen now in yellow. Tesla breaking down. It's at 372s here. 372s for Tesla. Big dump. Yeah, big drops. Here, I'll lower the music if it helps. Market's dumping down. Look at Tesla fall. Down to 369s, guys. 370s. Microsoft at 525. Still breaking down here. Meta looks like it might be out unless it's just following sympathy from these other three or these other two. But Meta looks weak here. Meta's starting to break down now too. Everything's down pretty big. Still waiting. See if Meta's out. Oh, sorry guys. Let me get out of the way. So Meta waiting. We saw Tesla out. Still got Meta. I think Meta's just moving on sympathy. They're a little late. Tesla down to 360s. Microsoft down to 425s. Tesla missed EPS and revenue. Tesla still had its largest quarter ever for revenue, though, just to put it into perspective. Actually, maybe not, actually. Las Vegas Sands posted. I think we're still waiting on Meta's numbers here. Again, guys, I'm going to tell you guys this again. Anybody that takes huge size position holding overnight for earnings report, acting like there's any type of significant edge in predicting earnings is usually just like a closet gambler that's trying to find like a gamble to get involved with. There's no edge. The variance is so freaking high. even if you predict earnings correctly, the likelihood that it's going to go up is even lower, or down is even lower. Like predicting which direction it goes is even more difficult. I don't think Meta's out though. Meta's kind of neutral from sympathy now though. Tesla dropped pretty big, missed EPS, missed revenue. Yeah. Microsoft beat EPS, missed revenue. Still waiting on Meta here. Meta's at 672s right now, 672s. Yeah, Meta's not out yet that I'm seeing here, unless I'm missing it. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see Meta's numbers yet. Still waiting on Meta, I think. Tesla went down to 365. It's kind of retracing a lot right now, though. Microsoft still down under 425s. Meta's still trying, holding on. Where's IBM? Forget about IBM. IBM's up. I don't want to miss the Meta action, though, if we get it. Let's check IBM. All right, so IBM is out. They posted revenue of 17.6 billion. I'm looking for EPS right now. I have to find it. Microsoft beat EPS, missed revenue. They came in lower than expected for revenue, higher than expected for EPS. Revenue is margins, or EPS is margins. Revenue is kind of like the ceiling. And so a lot of the times the market reacts more so to revenue than EPS, and Microsoft missed EPS. It was either that, or depending on which analyst you look at, it might have been flat. There's a reason it dropped like this. Yeah, I don't see Meta yet. I don't know if they're late or what. Tesla is retracing. Let's put a 1-minute chart up. Watch it that way. Tesla's coming back a little bit. Sometimes the first move's the wrong move. Super volatile, though. We're still waiting on Meta. You guys don't have Meta yet. Here's IBM's numbers. I'll put those up in chat. Meta's supposed to release at 405. But they're just not out yet. Tesla's climbing here. All right, so here's some Tesla numbers. Tesla missed. Total Q4 production is down 7% year over year. Deliveries up 2%. So we're going to put all the Tesla numbers in this chat. Tesla says they expect FSD to begin launching later this year in parts of the U.S. We continue working on launching FSD supervised in Europe and overseas. They say they expect the Cybertruck to be eligible for IRA consumer tax credit. And so those are most of the Tesla's numbers. Probably why Tesla's bouncing back is because they said FSD is going to launch late this year. They expect the Cybertruck to be eligible for IRA consumer tax credit. Still waiting on Meta. Nothing for Meta yet, which is strange. It's odd that Meta's not out yet, to be completely honest. But we're waiting, guys. We're waiting. IBM's out already. Still waiting for Meta. You'll see Meta with the big movements. All right, guys. Tesla recovered. Yeah, Tesla all the way back up to where it was. Microsoft is as well. So we're at 381s. Microsoft at over 430s. The question is, what does Meta do to this market, right? Does Meta exacerbate the downward pressure, or do they help prop the market up after all this stuff? Where's IBM at? What's IBM doing? Still waiting on Meta. I don't know what's going on with Meta, bro. Look at IBM, guys. Wow, dude. IBM is running here. IBM posted 392, beat 375 EPS Q4 estimates. Sales came in at 17.5 versus 7. They beat EPS and revenue. Crazy gap up here. I'm still waiting for Meta to do something here, man. They're not moving at all. It's very strange that they're this late for their earnings release. Meta's usually on time too. Hey, y'all hit that subscribe button, guys. Hey, look, we're here. We do this all for free. I don't sell a course. I don't sell a service. I don't even claim to be a good trader. Everything we do here is completely free. We have sponsors and stuff, but like top 3 worst trader of all time. Don't copy me. All right, there goes Tesla back down. 376s. Not a huge reaction so far. I mean, it looks bad, but when you zoom out, the context of it really isn't like look, 4-hour chart. Context of it isn't as bad as a lot of people are going to act like. Yeah, IBM running big too. Yeah, where's freaking Meta at, man? I don't know what Meta's doing. All right, chat. I'm trying to be patient and wait here. Meta, where you at? What you doing here? Well, Amazon's following the rest of the tech market, which is mostly down after Microsoft and Tesla dropped, right? So most Mag 7 stocks are going to follow the tech market, which is going to be down after this latest run of earnings reports. So yeah, Amazon's just following tech. You could look at Netflix, probably doing a similar thing, maybe not as much. Apple's actually not reacting to it as much. Meta's starting to bounce back though. But a lot of stuff's going to have sympathy with the red tech market right now. Meta's bouncing back though. IBM is on a run of a lifetime here as well. Microsoft still down some. Meta hasn't dropped yet though, which is very odd, dude. Hey guys, I'll be right back. No, Meta's earnings call is at 5 p.m., John. Meta's earnings call is at 5 p.m. The actual earnings were scheduled to release 10 minutes ago, just like Tesla and Microsoft. Still nothing for Meta, which is very odd. Yeah, I mean, John R., man, listen. Look, no offense to you, John, but you're wrong. I mean, you might be right. Let me make sure you're not right. Yeah, you're looking at the earnings call at 5 p.m. The actual earnings were scheduled to release 10 minutes ago at 4:05 p.m., sir. Yep. Had to make sure. You were so confident about it, I thought I was wrong for a second. But no. If anything, they could release it randomly anytime after the closing bell. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, it's just strange that Meta's this late. All right, Nvidia just pumped up, guys. Look at Nvidia running up big here, guys. There's Nvidia. Look at Nvidia run up. Yeah, look at NVIDIA pump here. I saw some type of news. All right, so I see a couple articles getting posted here. All right, so honestly, Tesla's kind of sideways. I mean, it reacted negatively for sure, but it's not a huge drop. Microsoft actually had a much bigger drop. There's NVIDIA, and NVIDIA's pumping up. I'm not sure why. Still waiting on Meta, which has basically had a tiny range. I'm not sure what they're doing over there at Meta, one of the largest tech companies in the world, but they're late here on their release. NVIDIA running is still down big on the day. Yeah, but I'm talking about short term and after hours. Here's NVIDIA. I'm talking about this right here. Short term. Again, you could always take stuff out of context and, you know, I could say the market's not down. The market's actually up and put a yearly chart up. Does that mean it's actually up? No. Zuck is lost in the metaverse. Maybe, bro. I don't know what he's doing. All right, guys. Tomorrow we got GDP data coming. I'm still waiting on Meta. I don't see what Meta. I don't know what's Meta's doing here. Very odd for them to be this late, though, to be completely real. Microsoft's still bouncing back. Big red initial reaction to earnings. Most of these tech stocks are starting to rebound. Yeah, we'll cover the rest of them if you guys want. So the current president just said, quote, because the Fed failed to stop inflation they created with because the Fed failed to stop the problem they created with inflation, quote, I will do it by unleashing American energy production, slashing regulation, rebalancing international trade, and reigniting American manufacturing, end quote. Somebody wanted service now. I'll put those numbers up in chat as well. We're still waiting on Meta's numbers here. Just to give you guys some... And again, I'm not political. I'm just reporting news that might influence markets. Here's Lamb Research and ServiceNow. A couple people asked me about it. Hey, thanks, Eli. Yeah, Tesla earnings are out. They're literally right here. Big yellow letters right here, sir. NVIDIA bouncing back up. Is at 125s. We'll see if it continues. I don't even know what that means. I'm hungry, dude. I haven't eaten since a tiny little baby bowl of cereal. IBM's still flying up. Is this a real candlestick, dude? Honestly, IBM is kind of crazy. Look at IBM here. Chat. Look at this. Like, look at this candle. Like, look at IBM. Broke 250s, almost 260s. Still no Meta, which is very strange, unless I'm just missing it. Let's check Twitter. Also, guys, never join an alert Discord community. Ever. Completely waste of time. They will give you tiny reward targets and huge risk levels, and so you'll win more than you'll lose, but you'll actually kind of, you know, you'll still lose. Oh, man. Well, I'm waiting on Meta here. Again, at the very least, Meta's earnings call is supposed to be in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. It's just strange that this late. Somebody key the Jeopardy music. Is that copyrighted? I'd play it right now if I could. Yeah. Yeah, Meta's not out. Well, gurus are bad. Anybody, like, there's a couple of big red flags here, okay? And the red flags of gurus go up. Look at Tesla ripping up, testing the 200 exponential moving average. That's a really important point. The red flags of guru nonsense is, like, number one, you can find most stuff that they sell on courses publicly available out there for free on the internet somewhere. You don't need to buy some course. They're almost always exaggerating their profits to sell you those courses. And so it starts right off the bat with, like, dishonesty and misleading nonsense, right? Number two is that there's a certain degree of variance and nothing's really definitive in markets. And so if your guru acts, an example of it is like this. If your guru overly criticize somebody's trades, acting like they know what's going to happen, especially on a short-term basis, they probably have no idea what they're talking about. Truly experienced people understand that nobody freaking knows what's going to happen. And so it's easy to sound like a genius in hindsight, but, like, nobody freaking knows. Look at Tesla run up. The other thing is that, like, making big, bold predictions. Like, today we had a lot of people telling me we were going to cut rates today. And they were super confident about it, too. And they just don't understand, like, economic policy. And so there's a couple red flags that you'll see in all of these groups, all these Discord groups, like all of it. And most of it is pretty easy to spot. Truly experienced people in trading understand how little they know. All right, so look at Tesla run. Tesla now effectively green after missing EPS and revenue. Tesla now effectively green after missing EPS and revenue. I think it's it's up on the FSD news most likely. Like, the FSD news can cause it to run like this maybe. Microsoft BDPS missed revenue. Don't be emotional. BDPS missed revenue. It's not like I'm dragging Microsoft down right now, brother. Look at Tesla run up to almost $400 a share here, chat. Wow. All right, so the president currently signed a settlement for Meta to pay $25 million to settle the suit, according to the Wall Street Journal. No trend happens 90% of the time, sir. Sir Sticky. No trend does. And if somebody knew a trend that did happen 90% of the time and it was predictable, they could sell that system to BlackRock for $5 billion. And BlackRock would pay for it. And they definitely wouldn't be teaching randoms on YouTube, bro. Anyways, markets push it up a lot after Tesla's rising up here. IBM is flying up. Meta still has not released their numbers here, which is very strange. Microsoft finally starting to come back. It's up to almost 436. Yeah, is it Nvidia driving the market up? Maybe. Nvidia's fighting back. Still waiting on Meta here, which Meta's supposed to release. Unless they change their... Like, maybe Meta's releasing at 4:30? I don't know. When does Meta come out? I don't know when they're supposed to come out. %60 of the time works every time. Yeah, it's all good, Sir Sticky. I'd be careful putting trust in gurus, man. Yeah. Well, this is what I told people earlier. A company can have better than expected EPS and revenue and drop 5%. A company can have worse than expected EPS and revenue like Tesla and go up. Doesn't mean anything. Still waiting on Meta, though. Meta is strange. Meta having no report yet is odd. Definitely freaking odd. Still waiting on Meta. Very strange that we don't have a report yet. Yeah, DeepSeek maybe. Tesla expects vehicle business to return to growth in 2025. Tesla affordability remains top of mind. I'm going to give you guys the cliff notes that I'm seeing here on Tesla earnings. Construction of mega factory China completed in December will begin ramping up this quarter. Tesla now says COGS per vehicle fell below 35K. Cost of general, what is it? What is COGS? Cost of goods sold, I mean. Yeah. Basically, margins. Here's some more data from Tesla. Automotive sales revenue at 18.7. Putting this all up in the chat, guys, by the way. Still waiting on Tesla, man. Or Meta. Very strange. Meta wants you to miss your blue belt, maybe, brother. Maybe. Honestly, I still got... I got time, dude. I got time. Hey, bro, can you read out loud Microsoft's EPS and revenue? Microsoft... maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't think I am. Let me see. Yeah, you're actually correct. Microsoft beat revenue estimates. So yeah, you're actually correct. I'm wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm emotional. You're not emotional. You're right. I'm wrong. Shout out to whatever his name was, Justin. Spelled strange, Justin. Hey, you were right, bro. Sorry. Like I said, dude, I've been streaming since 5 a.m. So you were correct. I'm wrong. You were right. Absolutely right. I am wrong and have no idea what I'm talking about, apparently. I take Cash App and PayPal. Hey, listen. Cheers to you, Justin. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you letting me know. Sometimes I need humbling every now and then. Definitely top 3 worst reporters of all time ever in the world. Still waiting on freaking Meta, though, here, guys. Meta... still hasn't released yet. Yeah, it really has been. I've been streaming since 5 a.m. this morning. Not really much of a break either. Again, Meta's got to pay $25 million to settle suit, according to the current president. I'm waiting here, Chad. I'm waiting. The real question is, do you guys want me to stream Meta's earnings report and then Tesla? Or would you guys rather me just stream Tesla's earnings report? What do you guys think? Should I do a poll? Dude, you are the best. Saw you trading with Top Step today and are the only one who made house account profitable on the day. Thank you, Louie. Hey, my guy, thanks so much, man. There's such a huge degree of variance, though, that, like, even if I was correct today, it doesn't mean I'm good or bad. Top 3 neutral traders ever. Anyways, though, guys, we're waiting on Meta. Nothing's dropped yet. The chat is yelling stuff. Meta, Tesla, Meta. Tesla, Meta. Wait for Meta, Tesla, both. Meta, Meta. Stream both. Meta and Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Meta, Tesla, 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 Meta, Tesla, Meta. Okay. Probably just stream both, I think. Yeah, the blue belt's later. I'll be all right. Blue belt exam's not until later, like 8 o'clock. So even if, like, yeah, I'll be all right. Krispy Kreme. I can't eat a donut. I get sick if I eat a donut. It might have to do with, like, a gluten intolerance. Yeah, I see NVIDIA going up. NVIDIA's up big. I see that. Still waiting on Meta to release here. I want to see if Meta... honestly, dude, I'm not going to have time for a power nap, dude. I'm supposed to take a blue belt exam, too. I'm supposed to, like, not only articulate... I'm supposed to not only know the moves, but articulate the jiu-jitsu moves as well. And I really haven't got a break from the screen. My head hurts, dude, to be honest. Ugh. What is Meta doing? And I kind of got to go to the bathroom, but I'm worried if I go to the bathroom, Meta's going to release... Meta's going to release earnings while I'm gone. Yeah, it's BJJ. Yeah, if I go to the bathroom, guaranteed a minute in, Meta's coming out with their numbers. Either that or they're waiting for the earnings call to announce their numbers or something. It's strange, to be honest. It really is genuinely strange. Oh, I'm holding it. In fact, maybe I should go to the bathroom so Meta will just go ahead and release them. The whole market's like, what the heck's going on with Meta? People are saying you should short Meta. I'm not saying that. I'm not telling you to short anything, guys. I really don't know. Stream from the toilet. Yeah, diamond bladder. That's right. All right. Look, I'm already Pleasantville John right here. I know. I'm waiting. The top 3 P's of all time. Hey, it might be, bro. All right. Honestly, I'm genuinely getting a headache too. Ugh, 20 minutes. We're gonna stream Meta earnings. The question is, do I turn this stream into the Meta earnings call stream? Or do I redirect to the Meta earnings call stream? I think I should probably just turn this one into the Meta earnings call stream and then redirect everybody to the Tesla earnings stream when it happens. Bro, dude, I'm up every day at 5 a.m., bro. Do you really think I'm on, like, drugs, bro? Come on now. Like, bro, I'm the most consistent person on YouTube, dude. If you really thought I was doing drugs, bro, I would have missed a lot of streams if I was on them, you know. Don't hate. Don't hate. Top 3 most consistent person on YouTube right now. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Bro, stop spamming, dude. Whoever you are. I don't know how long I just banned you for, but take that, whatever it is. Meta's supposed to release at 4:05. Look, I have proof, at least from my source. Meta, 4:05 p.m. Eastern time is when they're supposed to drop it. Yeah, I just have ADHD and I'm hyperactive. And so if I get excited about something, I get really excited about it. If I'm not interested in something, I'm really not interested in it. It's hard to get me to focus. Yeah, y'all are just seeing tired, John. I'm tired now. Hey, thank you, Base. I try to make it entertaining. I try to joke, maybe too much. But at this point in time, I really haven't stepped away from the screen, and my eyes kind of hurt a little bit. We got a little bit. There's Meta. All right, there we go. Hey, there's Meta right now. We're at 650s for Meta. We're down on Meta's earnings report. There we go. Meta is now releasing their earnings here. Their earnings are actually out already, and they are not good. They are down 650, under 650 to 640s. Meta is finally out, and they are not reacting positively to Meta's earnings here. Meta posted 802 EPS versus 678 expected. Fourth quarter revenue came in at 48.39 billion versus 46.98 billion expected. Fourth quarter ad revenue came in at 46.78 billion versus an expected 45.65 billion expected. Guidance for Meta came in at 41.8 billion versus 41.67 billion expected. Meta did better than expected almost everywhere. Did they miss anything? EPS way better than expected. Revenue higher than expected. Why are they down so much, man? This really goes to show you have no freaking idea how they're going to react. Here's Meta's numbers right here, chat. Better than expected everywhere, including guidance. Guidance was better than expected. I mean, I'm not usually telling people to buy dips, and I'm definitely not going to tell you to buy this dip. But from a non-trading professional, this dip doesn't look that bad. Unless Meta comes out with something that would contradict this. Why are they down on this report? I genuinely don't understand. Yep, and there it goes. I mean, look, I'm not telling you guys what to do. Not an investment professional. The Meta killed it. They did great, honestly. Look at their numbers. I should have bought it, honestly. I'm too tired to buy stuff right now. I'm not on my A game. But I was absolutely right about that rebound. But it doesn't mean anything. It's just too volatile. Yeah, that's a rebound. Meta, all the way back up to 670s, guys. They posted GAAP EPS of 802, beat 677 estimates, sales of 48.39 billion, beat the $47 estimates. Guides quarter one revenue 41.8 versus 41.7 expected, better than expected guidance. Yeah. Hey, thank you, MCOC. Thanks for the $10 donation, brother. Let's see what Meta does. But again, they did really great, man. They did really great for earnings. This guy knows how to read. How do you know? But doesn't even know what the numbers mean. So I know earnings per share is EPS. It's the margins of a company. It's the margins. It's how well they do margin-wise. It's how you calculate price to earnings, all that stuff. Revenue is kind of like the ceiling of the company. And so... Hey, thank you, Cecilia. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Yeah, have a great day, guys. Meta's up, 680s. Meta sees quarter one 2025 total revenue at 41.8 versus 41.7. Fiscal year 25 total expense at 119 billion. Sees capex at 60 to 65 billion. I don't have any energy left. Yeah, they're just mad. Really was what it is. Listen, it's all right. If I was them, I might be mad too. It's okay. I should have bought Meta, dude. I really should have. Honestly, guys, like, I'm sorry. I'm kind of crashing right now. I've literally stared at the screen since 5 a.m. this morning. I'm tired. Haters gonna hate. Yeah, that's right. They bought puts. Yeah, that's definitely the case. Go to sleep. Yeah. Meta results unusually late amid reports of... Yeah, I saw the settlement. So basically what's going on right now for Meta, and one of the reasons we were so kind of late on this earnings report, is because the president signed a settlement for Meta to pay $25 million to settle a suit, according to Wall Street Journal. Yeah, Kevin's definitely projecting 100%. You know, I feel like I'm a good-looking dude sometimes, right? Like, I feel like I'm a good-looking dude sometimes. Oh, where to go? But then I look in my corner right now, and I got a huge monitor up. And this John is just staring at me right now. And this John is just staring at me right now. I'm like, man, I'm a good-looking dude. And then I look at me here, and I'm just like, whoa, you know. Crazy eyes. Your stream lagged. No, I'm trolling myself over here. It's okay. I'm laughing at this face that I made on the video. Again, Meta, honestly, this is a pretty small reaction. Like, it's kind of crazy. Meta had good EPS, good revenue, good guidance, and it's in a tiny little range here. Small little range. Hasn't really moved much at all. Would you marry yourself? Yes, I would. I'd marry myself. Hey, thank you, Ruben. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, tomorrow we got GDP data coming out. We have PCE inflation data on Friday. So be ready. They had guidance. They posted better than expected. They saw fiscal year 25 expenses at... Yeah, I guess that's not the biggest guidance report. Let me see. They posted something else for guidance as well. Let me see. That's the face I give people when I submit them at jiu-jitsu, you know. But honestly, again, it's a pretty small reaction in the market right now. It really is. charge your batteries. I'm trying, man. Hey, we got too much stuff going on today, man. We got too much stuff. Again, so what I'm gonna do here, guys, is I'm gonna change this stream to meta earnings. All right, again, check out Top Step if you want to help support the channel. They're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased. I get paid by them, but it's genuinely useful. If you want to learn to day trade, don't fund your own account. Most day traders lose. You'll probably lose it if you try to trade with thousands of your own money. You're probably going to lose it. Almost all day traders do lose. And I think that's the same here. Most day traders lose, but it's a lot cheaper on Top Step most of the time. They give you a demo. They test your skill with a demo. If you can pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for it. In this case, the base one's $50. If you pass it, you get a 90% split. You get to keep your first 10K in profit. And if you pass it, you get a 50K funded account with a 90% split. You get to keep your first 10K in profit. They paid out almost $200 million since 2020. They fund thousands of traders. But again, remember, I am biased. I get paid by them, so I'm definitely biased. Understand CFTC 4.41. Hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. Check them out right there. Again, I think we're going to switch over to the meta earnings stream. There goes meta popping up to 691s. Yeah, there goes meta popping up a little bit. We'll see if it holds. Yeah, I'm going to be tired, dude. Meta's not really down. Meta's up. What is this, quarter two meta? What is it, quarter two? Hold on. Or is this quarter four? This quarter four. All right, chat. Meta's rip it up. Still waiting here, guys. Bear with me. And so again, we're just going to keep everybody here, and we're just going to pivot to a meta earnings call stream. And then after that, we're going to do a separate Tesla earnings call stream. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing. So stick around if you want to watch Meta's earnings call. We got another 30, 40 minutes left. And so we might as well cover it, you know. Yeah, that dip, I'm telling you, it was the dippiest dip I've ever seen. Revenue is the total cash flow going into a company. Correct. But that's why I say it's like the ceiling that they have in terms of profit. I understand what revenue is. Honestly, great YouTuber with no biases. Hey, thank you, man. We appreciate it. I'd bring you a slice. I am getting hungry, man. All right. All right, so we're kind of at this level here, which is a historical support and resistance level. Let me get the I expect you guys to react to my thumbnail as well. All right, guys. Again, Meta posted earnings better than expected almost everywhere. Hey, what's up, Blake? Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. All right, so Meta's reacted positively to it. Again, we're going to stream the full earnings call live right here. Let me put the Meta earnings on screen. That's probably useful, huh? Meta guided well, too, I think. Yeah, here. Tesla, guys, don't worry. Subscribe to my channel. We're still going to cover Tesla earnings call. It'll still be here. It's just going to be later. It doesn't start for another 30 minutes. And so, subscribe. We'll cover it still. Don't worry. Where's Microsoft? Well, we try to stream the earnings calls as well. Microsoft still... Honestly, it's not as big of a drop. Hey, thank you, Travel. Appreciate it, guys. Hey, yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate it. We try over here. We really do. We just try to report free data, give somebody a free place for it, man. I mean, we make money doing this for sure, but, you know, we try to keep everything free, and I could probably make more money if I started selling courses and all that stuff, but I kind of promised everybody a long time ago I wouldn't sell courses or claim to be something I'm not, and just kind of give everything for free, have no paywalls. Even becoming a member, like, you just get these beautiful, majestic emojis. But, yeah. Meta's numbers are right here. Tesla's numbers were both worse than expected. Tesla missed on both fronts, to be honest. But I appreciate the community we have. I was talking about it this morning. This community's grown a lot. It really is cool to see, like, this big following and community grow from something. So shout out to you guys. Appreciate the love. Pretty good community, honestly. All right, so they say TikTok's going to go for way more than 20 billion. The Tinsley Group's recruited Roblox CEO among investors. We're unclear if TikTok parent ByteDance is going to consider the Tinsley bid. All right, guys, we got the Meta earnings call in about 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Yeah, link is in the description. Again, they're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased. Tesla calls at 5:30 in 34 minutes. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm kind of crashing, man. I really have been streaming. Like, again, I started streaming at 5 a.m. this morning Central Time. I streamed until about 9:30. I had about an hour break from 9:30 to 10:30, and then I hopped on Top Step TV at 11:15, and then I streamed there for an hour, and then as soon as that was done, I did the FOMC meeting, and I streamed that for a couple hours, and then immediately redirected to Tesla and Meta and Microsoft earnings stream. And now we got the Meta earnings call starting in 3 minutes, and then we got Tesla's earnings call also at 5:32. So it's just been a long day. If I'm not as vocal or happy or, you know, jumpy as I normally am, it's just because I'm tired. I've been staring at a screen too long. All right. Meta at 680s. Guys, 680s. Hey, thank you, Henry. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, once the earnings call starts, I can actually rest. So honestly, I'm genuinely like counting the last 2 minutes, waiting for this to be done so I can walk away and just kind of play the earnings call on my phone and chill for a little bit. Yeah, company said it expects quarter run revenue between 39.5 and 41.8. They expected 41.7 for Tesla. Meta, aside from the $25 billion lawsuit, which ain't good. Or no, I'm sorry, I had that backwards. This is Meta. It's not Tesla. This is Meta. GAAP EPS was 82 cents. Or 802, I mean. Beat the 677 estimate. All right, I'm going to turn this music off. Y'all can hear the music, though, correct? I'm going to turn the sound up for you guys, too. If it's not loud enough, just tell me and I'll increase it. All right. I'm going to turn this music off and then get ready here. I'm going to mute this background for a second. Just let me know if it's not loud enough. Bro, they keep starting it. They keep starting the earnings call and then pausing it again. Very strange. They started it about 3 times just now. They started it, I unmuted it, then they stopped it. They started it again, unmuted, and then they stopped it. Very strange. Yeah, I mean, for the Fed meeting, Chuck, we had like 6,000 people or so watching. And so, like, we're doing all right. Like, we make our money today for sure. But it's still a lot of work. I'm just exhausted. There's an effect of staring at screens for so long that kind of wears you down. So, especially here, hold on. They did it again, bro. What's going on with Meta today, dude? What are they doing right now, man? Especially with the screen I have is what I was gonna say. Like, I've got a 34-inch ultra wide monitor as my bottom monitor, and it freaking hurts my eyes, man. It's bright. It's not bad if I only stare at it for like 3 or 4 hours a day, but when we start to like go for like 5, 6, 7 hours, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, Meta's late for their earnings call now too. You gonna start? They did it again, bro.
My name is Krista, and I will be your conference operator today. At this time, I would like to welcome everyone to the Meta fourth quarter and full year 2024 earnings conference call. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad.
Look, this wasn't
Limit
me.
yourself to one question,
Okay.
and this call will be recorded. Thank you very much. Kenneth Dorrell, Meta's Director of Investor Relations, you may begin.
Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to Meta Platforms' fourth quarter and full year 2024 earnings conference call. Joining me today to discuss our results are Mark Zuckerberg, CEO, and Susan Li, CFO. Before we get started, I would like to take this opportunity to remind you that our remarks today will include forward-looking statements. Actual results may differ materially from those contemplated by these forward-looking statements. Earnings press release and in our quarterly report on Form 10-Q filed with the SEC. Any forward-looking statements that we make on this call are based on assumptions as of today, and we undertake no obligation to update these statements as a result of new information or future events. During this call, we will present both GAAP and certain non-GAAP financial measures. A reconciliation of GAAP to non-GAAP measures is included in today's earnings press release. The earnings press release and an accompanying investor presentation are available on our website at investor.atmeta.com. And now I'd like to turn the call over to Mark.
Ended 2024 on a strong note with now more than 3.3 billion people using at least one of our apps each day. This is going to be a really big year. I know it always feels like every year is a big year, but more than usual, it feels like the trajectory for most of our long-term initiatives is going to be a lot clearer by the end of this year. So I keep telling our teams that this is going to be intense because we have about 48 weeks to get on the trajectory that we want to be on. In AI, I expect that AI assistant reaches more than 1 billion people, and I expect Meta AI to be that leading AI assistant. Meta AI is already used by more people than any other assistant, and once a service reaches that kind of scale, it usually develops a durable long-term advantage. We have a really exciting roadmap for this year with a unique vision focused on personalization. We believe that people don't all want to use the same AI. People want their AI to be personalized to their context, their interests, their personality, their culture, and how they think about the world. I don't think that there's just going to be one big AI that everyone uses that does the same thing. People are going to get to continue to think that this is going to be one of the most transformative products that we've made. And we have some fun surprises that I think people are going to like this year. I think this will very well be the year when Llama and open source become the most advanced and widely used AI models as well. Llama 4 is making great progress in training. Llama 4 Mini is done with pre-training, and our reasoning models and larger model are looking good too. Our goal with Llama 3 was to make open source competitive with closed models, and our goal for Llama 4 is to lead. Llama 4 will be natively multimodal. It's an omni model, and it will have agentic capabilities. So it's going to be novel, and it's going to unlock a lot of new use cases. And I'm looking forward to sharing more of our plan for the year on that over the next couple of months. I also expect that 2025 will be the year when it becomes possible to build an AI engineering agent that has coding and problem-solving abilities of around a good mid-level engineer. And this is going to be a profound milestone. In history, as well as over time, potentially a very large market. Whichever company builds this first, I think is going to have a meaningful advantage in deploying it to advance their AI research and shape the field. So that's another reason why I think that this year is going to set the course for the future. Our Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses are a real hit, and this will be the year when we understand the trajectory for AI glasses as a category. Many breakout products in the history of consumer electronics have sold 5 to 10 million units in their third generation. This will be a defining year that determines if we're on a path towards many hundreds of millions and eventually billions of AI glasses, and glasses being the next computing platform like we've been talking about for some time, or if this is just going to be a longer grind. But it's great overall to see people recognizing that these glasses are the perfect form factor for AI, as well as just great stylish glasses. These are all big investments. especially the hundreds of billions of dollars that we will invest in AI infrastructure over the long term. I announced last week that we expect to bring online almost a gigawatt of capacity this year, and we're building a 2 gigawatt and potentially bigger AI data center that is um, so big that it'll cover a significant part of Manhattan if it were placed there. Um, we're planning to fund all of this by at the same time investing aggressively in initiatives that use these AI advances to increase revenue growth. And we've put together a plan that will hopefully accelerate the pace of these initiatives over the next few years. That's what a lot of our new headcount growth is going towards. And how well we execute on this will also determine our financial trajectory over the next few years. There are a number of other important product trends related to our family of apps that I think we're going to know more about this year as well. We're going to learn what's going to happen with TikTok. And regardless of that, I expect Reels on Instagram and Facebook to continue growing. I expect Threads to continue on its trajectory to become the leading discussion platform and eventually reach a billion people over the next several years. Threads now has more than 320 million monthly actives and has been adding more than 1 million signups per day. I expect WhatsApp to continue gaining share and making progress towards becoming the leading messaging platform in the US, like it is in a lot of the rest of the world. WhatsApp now has more than 100 million monthly actives in the US. Um, Facebook is used by more than 3 billion um, monthly actives, and we're focused on growing its cultural influence. And I'm excited this year to get back to some OG Facebook. All right, so this is also going to be a pivotal year for the metaverse. The number of people using Quest and Horizon has been steadily growing. And this is a year when a number of the long term investments that we've been working on that will make the metaverse more visually stunning and inspiring will really start to land. So I think we're going to know a lot more about Horizon's trajectory by the end of this year. This is also going to be a big year for redefining our relationship with governments. Um, we now have a U.S. administration that is proud of our leading companies, prioritizes American technology winning, and that will defend our values and interests abroad. And I am optimistic about the progress and innovation that this can unlock. So this is going to be a big year. I think that this is the most exciting and dynamic that I have ever seen our industry. Between AI, glasses, massive infrastructure projects, doing a bunch of work to try to accelerate our business and building the future of social media, we have a lot to do. And I think we're going to build some awesome things that shape the future of human connection. As always, I am grateful for everyone who's on this journey with us. Thank you. And here's Susan.
Thanks, Mark, and good afternoon, everyone. Let's begin with our consolidated results. All comparisons are on a year-over-year basis, unless otherwise noted. Q4 total revenue was $48.4 billion, up 21% on both a reported and constant currency basis. Q4 total expenses were $25 billion, up 5% compared to last year. Before I cover the specific cost lines, I would note that our fourth quarter expense growth rate reflects a 13 percentage point favorable impact from legal accrual reductions in Q4 and lower year-over-year restructuring costs. In terms of the specific line items, cost of revenue increased 15%, driven mostly by higher infrastructure costs. R&D increased 16%, primarily driven by higher employee compensation and infrastructure costs, which were partially offset by lower restructuring costs. Marketing and sales were approximately flat year over year. G&A decreased 67%, driven mostly by lower legal-related expenses due to a $1.55 billion reduction in legal accruals related to certain legal proceedings. We ended the year with over 74,000 employees, up 10% year over year, with growth primarily driven by hiring in priority areas of monetization, infrastructure, generative AI, Reality Labs, as well as regulation and compliance. Fourth quarter operating income was $23.4 billion, representing a 48% operating margin. Our tax rate for the quarter was 12%. Net income was $20.8 billion, or $8.02 per share. Capital expenditures, including principal payments on finance leases, were $14.8 billion, driven by investments in servers, data centers, and network infrastructure. Free cash flow was $13.2 billion. We paid $1.3 billion in dividends to shareholders, ending the year with $77.8 billion in cash and marketable securities and $28.8 billion in debt. Moving now to our segment results. I'll begin with our Family of Apps segment. Our community across the Family of Apps continues to grow, and we estimate more than 3.3 billion people used at least one of our Family of Apps on a daily basis in December. Q4 total Family of Apps revenue was $47.3 billion, up 21% year over year, and Q4 Family of Apps ad revenue was $46.8 billion, up 21% on both a reported and constant currency basis. Within ad revenue, the online commerce vertical was the largest contributor to year-over-year growth. On a user geography basis, ad revenue growth was strongest in Rest of World at 27%, followed by Asia Pacific and Europe at 23% and 22% respectively. North America grew 18%. In Q4, the total number of ad impressions served across our services increased 6%, and the average price per ad increased 14%. Impression growth was mainly driven by Asia Pacific. Pricing growth benefited from increased advertiser demand, in part driven by improved ad performance. This was partially offset by impression growth, particularly from lower monetizing regions and surfaces. Family of Apps other revenue was $519 million, up 55%, driven primarily by business messaging revenue growth from our WhatsApp business platform. We continue to direct the majority of our investments toward the development and operation of our Family of Apps. In Q4, Family of Apps expenses were $19 billion, representing 76% of our overall expenses. Family of Apps expenses were up 5%, primarily due to growth in infrastructure costs and employee compensation, which were partially offset by lower legal-related expenses. Family of Apps operating income was $28.3 billion, representing a 60% operating margin. Within our Reality Labs segment, Q4 revenue was $1.1 billion, driven by hardware sales and up 1% year over year. Reality Labs expenses were $6 billion, up 6% year over year, driven primarily by higher infrastructure costs and employee compensation, partially offset by lower restructuring costs. Reality Labs operating loss was $5 billion. Turning now to the business outlook. There are two primary factors that drive our revenue performance: our ability to deliver engaging experiences for our community and our effectiveness at monetizing that engagement over time. On the first, daily actives continue to grow across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp year over year, both globally and in the United States. In Q4, global video time grew at double-digit percentages year over year on Instagram, and we're seeing particular strength in the US on Facebook, where video time spent was also up double-digit rates year over year. We see continued opportunities to drive video growth in 2025 through ongoing optimizations to our ranking systems. We're also making several product bets that are focused on setting up our platforms for longer-term success. Creators are one of our central focuses. On Instagram, we continue to prioritize original posts in recommendations to help smaller creators get discovered. We also want to ensure creators have a place to experiment with their content, so we introduced a new feature in Q4 that allows creators to first share a reel with people who don't follow them. This allows them to test content and see what performs best before deciding to share it with their followers, and also helps introduce them to entirely new audiences. Creative tools is another area we're investing in. In the coming weeks, we'll launch a new standalone app called Edits that provides a full suite of creative tools to make it easier for creators to make great reels on their phone. Another focus is making it easier for people to connect over content. Reels are already reshared over 4.5 billion times a day, and we've been introducing more features that bring together the social and entertainment aspects of Instagram. In the US, we recently launched a new destination in Reels that consists of content your friends have left a note on or liked. We're seeing very positive early results, and we'll look to expand this globally in the coming months. On Threads, we made tremendous progress in 2024, and our focus this year is establishing Threads as the place people come to keep up with what they care about. We're making a number of updates to our recommendation systems to prioritize more recent posts, surface content from top creators, and ensure people see more of the content from accounts they follow. We will also continue improving custom feeds so people can build personalized feeds on topics they're interested in. Finally, Meta AI usage continues to scale with more than 700 million monthly actives. We're now introducing updates that will enable Meta AI to deliver more personalized and relevant responses by remembering certain details from people's prior queries and considering what they engage with on Facebook and Instagram to develop better intuition for their interests and preferences. Now to the second driver of our revenue performance, increasing monetization efficiency. The first part of this work is optimizing the level of ads with an organic engagement. We continue to grow supply on lower monetizing surfaces like video, while optimizing ad supply on each of our surfaces to deliver ads at the time and place they will be most relevant to people. For example, we are continuing to better personalize when ads show up, including the optimal locations in the depth of someone's feed, to introduce ad supply when it's most optimal for the user and revenue. This is enabling efficient supply growth. Longer term, we also see impression growth opportunities on unmonetized surfaces like Threads, which we are beginning to test ads on this quarter. We expect the introduction of ads on Threads will be gradual and don't anticipate it being a meaningful driver of overall impression or revenue growth in 2025. The second part of increasing monetization efficiency is improving marketing performance. The ongoing enhancements to our ads ranking systems are an important driver of this work. In the second half of 2024, we introduced an innovative new machine learning system in partnership with NVIDIA called Andromeda. This more efficient system enabled a 10,000 times increase in the complexity of models we use for ads retrieval, which is the part of the ranking process where we narrow down a pool of tens of millions of ads to the few thousand we consider showing someone. The increase in model complexity is enabling us to run far more sophisticated prediction models to better personalize which ads we show someone. This has driven an 8% increase in the quality of ads that people see on objectives we've tested. Andromeda's ability to efficiently process larger volumes of ads also positions us well for the future as advertisers use our generative AI tools to create and test more ads. Another way we're delivering value for advertisers is through increased automation of their ad campaigns with Advantage Plus. Adoption of Advantage Plus shopping campaigns continues to scale, with revenue surpassing a $20 billion annual run rate and growing 70% year over year in Q4. Given the strong performance and interest we're seeing in Advantage Plus shopping and our other end-to-end solutions, we're testing a new streamlined campaign creation flow so advertisers no longer need to choose between running a manual or Advantage Plus sales or app campaign. In this new setup, all campaigns optimizing for sales, app, or lead objectives will have Advantage Plus turned on from the beginning. This will allow more advertisers to take advantage of the performance Advantage Plus offers, while still having the ability to further customize aspects of their campaigns when they need to. We plan to expand to more advertisers in the coming months before fully rolling it out later in the year. Advantage Plus Creative is another area where we're seeing momentum. More than 4 million advertisers are now using at least one of our generative AI ad creative tools, up from 1 million 6 months ago. There has been significant early adoption of our first video generation tool that we rolled out in October, image animation, with hundreds of thousands of advertisers already using it monthly. Next, I would like to discuss our approach to capital allocation. Our primary focus remains investing capital back into the business, with infrastructure and talent being our top priorities. On the first, we expect compute will be central to many of the opportunities we're pursuing as we advance the capabilities of Llama, drive increased usage of generative AI products and features across our platform, and fuel core ads and organic engagement initiatives. We're working to meet the growing capacity needs for these services by both scaling our infrastructure footprint and increasing the efficiency of our workloads. Another way we're pursuing efficiencies is by extending the useful lives of our servers and associated networking equipment. Our expectation going forward is that we'll be able to use both our non-AI and AI servers for a longer period of time before replacing them, which we estimate will be approximately 5.5 years. This will deliver savings in annual CapEx and resulting depreciation expense, which is already included in our guidance. Finally, we're pursuing cost efficiencies by deploying our custom MTIA silicon in areas where we can achieve a lower cost of compute by optimizing the chip to our unique workloads. In 2024, we started deploying MTIA to our ranking and recommendation inference workloads for ads and organic content. We expect to further ramp adoption of MTIA for these use cases throughout 2025 before extending our custom silicon efforts to training workloads for ranking and recommendations next year. From a hiring standpoint, our focus continues to be on adding technical talent to support our strategic priorities. In the fourth quarter, nearly 90% of our year-over-year headcount growth was within the R&D function. The remaining growth was primarily in cost of revenue as we added infrastructure headcount to support our data center operations. In 2025, we expect headcount growth will continue to be primarily driven by technical roles across our priority initiatives within infrastructure, monetization, Reality Labs, generative AI, as well as regulation and compliance. We anticipate headcount growth in our business functions will remain relatively limited. To achieve our ambitions in these areas, we will need to continue executing at a rapid pace. We're supporting this by building tools to help our engineering base be more productive. As part of our efficiency focus over the past 2 years, we've made significant improvements in our internal processes and developer tools and introduced new tools like our AI-powered coding assistant, which is helping our engineers write code more quickly. Looking forward, we expect that the continuous advancements in Llama's coding capabilities will provide even greater leverage to our engineers, and we are focused on expanding its capabilities to not only assist our engineers in writing and reviewing our code, but to also begin generating code changes to automate tool updates and improve the quality of our code base. Finally, we expect our strong financial position will enable us to support these investments while continuing to return capital to shareholders through share repurchases and dividends. Moving to our financial outlook, we expect first quarter total revenue to be in the range of $39.5 to $41.8 billion. This reflects 8 to 15% year-over-year growth, or 11 to 18% growth on a constant currency basis, as our guidance assumes foreign currency is an approximately 3% headwind to year-over-year total revenue growth based on current exchange rates. This also reflects the effect of lapping leap day in the first quarter of 2024. While we are not providing a full year 2025 revenue outlook, we expect the investments we're making in our core business this year will give us an opportunity to continue delivering strong revenue growth throughout 2025. Turning now to the expense outlook, we expect full year 2025 total expenses to be in the range of $114 to $119 billion. We expect the single largest driver of expense growth in 2025 to be infrastructure costs, driven by higher operating expenses and depreciation. We expect employee compensation to be the second largest factor as we add technical talent in the priority areas that I referenced earlier. Turning now to the CapEx outlook. We expect our full year 2025 capital expenses will be in the range of $60 to $65 billion. We expect CapEx growth in 2025 will be driven by increased investment to support both our generative AI efforts and our core business. The majority of our CapEx in 2025 will continue to be directed towards our core business. On to tax. Absent any changes to our tax landscape, we expect our full year 2025 tax rate to be in the range of 12 to 15%. In addition, we continue to monitor an active regulatory landscape, including legal and regulatory headwinds in the EU and the US that could significantly impact our business and our financial results. In closing, this was a good year for our company, with investments across our priority areas delivering strong business performance and innovative new products for our community. We have a compelling set of opportunities to invest in this year, which we expect will help us drive continued strong growth and develop transformative technologies that shape the future of our company and of the industry. With that, Krista, let's open up the call for questions.
Thank you. We will now open the lines for a question and answer session. To ask a question, please press star one on your touchtone phone. To withdraw your question, again, press star one. Please limit yourself to one question. Please pick up your handset before asking your question to ensure clarity. If you are streaming today's call, please mute your computer speakers. And our first question comes from the line of Brian Nowak with Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Thanks for taking my questions. Mark, you sound we appreciate all the excitement about this year and all the innovation to come. I know there's a lot of announcements throughout the course of the year, but wonder if you could just share a few sort of high-level examples of your vision on new potential use cases and offerings that could drive utility for your users and value for your advertisers as you sort of think about Llama 4 and Meta AI changing throughout 2025. And then the second one on custom silicon, maybe a question for either of you, just any learnings on the difference between your custom silicon and third-party chips in your ranking models and results, and how should we think about the main gating factors as to how quickly you'll be able to move a higher percentage of your engagement to your custom silicon? Thanks.
On the first one, I tried to lay this out in my opening comments a bit. I mean, we're very focused on Meta AI as a highly intelligent and personalized assistant that you can access across our apps. There's a website, you can access it outside of our apps too. I think that the quality of this is just, it's going to keep on improving and improved a lot over the last year. We're also finding more ways that it's useful to integrate it into our services to help more people discover it. I think that that's undoubtedly why so many hundreds of millions of people are using it today, is because it's kind of easy to discover what we're doing and then keep using it. I don't know. I want to keep some surprises and fun for the stuff that we're going to release this year. I gave a bit of detail on what we're planning to do with Llama 4 that I'm sure technical people will enjoy, because we hadn't talked about that before. But I'm going to refrain from adding a whole lot more on what we're launching this year. But it's the different things that I talked about. It's Meta AI. I do expect Llama 4 to be a very exciting set of releases. It's not just one thing. Just like with Llama 3, there were kind of a few different models at different dates. I think we'll see that with Llama 4 too. And then the AI engineer piece, I'm really excited about. I mean, I don't know that that's going to be an external product anytime soon, but I think for what we're working on, our goal is to advance AI research and advance our own development internally. And I think it's just going to be a very profound thing. So, I mean, that's something that I think will show up through making our products better over time. But yeah, and then as that works, there will potentially be a market opportunity down the road. But I mean, for now, in this year, we're really, I think I don't think you're going to see this year like an AI engineer that is extremely widely deployed, changing all of development. I think this is going to be the year where that really starts to become possible and lays the groundwork for a much more dramatic change in 26 and beyond. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of it.
Brian, I'm happy to take your second question about custom silicon. So first of all, we expect that we are continuing to purchase third-party silicon from leading providers in the industry. And we are certainly committed to those longstanding partnerships, but we're also very invested in developing our own custom silicon for unique workloads where off-the-shelf silicon isn't necessarily optimal, and specifically because we're able to optimize the full stack to achieve greater compute efficiency and performance per cost and power, because our workloads might require a different mix of memory versus network, bandwidth versus compute, and so we can optimize that really to the specific needs of our different types of workloads. Right now, the in-house MTIA program is focused on supporting our core ranking and recommendation inference workloads. We started adopting MTIA in the first half of 2024 for core ranking and recommendations inference. We'll continue ramping adoption for those workloads over the course of 2025 as we use it for both incremental capacity and to replace some GPU-based servers when they reach the end of their useful lives. Next year, we're hoping to expand MTIA to support some of our core AI training workloads and over time, some of our Gen AI use cases.
Hey guys, so we're going to go ahead and end this
Your next
stream
question
now
comes from the line of
and pivot over to the Tesla earnings call. So we'll see you guys over at the Tesla call, guys.